What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Got a review for you. We're going to be taking a look at the Kubi. Oh, Lord have mercy. We're off to a great start. Oknife Rubato 3. Let's get into it. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to do some size comparisons. We'll do some profile comparisons on a couple of those knives and check the weight. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into the overview. Shout out to Lefty. This is coming to me as part of the pass around group that Kevin runs. Thank you, brother. We appreciate the fact that you share the love and give us an opportunity to check out some knives that we may not normally get to. So let's jump into it. We're going to kick it off with some size comparisons. We have the Benchmade Bug Out, which is a medium-sized crossbar locking knife, and we have the Tactile Maverick, which is going to be a full-size crossbar locking knife. So I wanted to do a quick comparison against these two. The Benchmade for sure very popular. The Maverick probably not as much out there as everyone else, but it helps you get an idea the size of this knife. Let's check the profile comparison really quick against the Benchmade Bug Out, because even though it is smaller, it's still a little bit chunkier overall. So I feel like it's kind of getting into that Bug Out territory, but it's coming in a little bit thicker. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check out the weight. All right, here. Coming in right at 3 ounces, so coming in a little bit more expensive, a little bit more weighty than the Bug Out with the titanium scales from Flytanium on there. So I wanted to point that out as well. All right, let's go ahead and jump into thoughts and impressions for this knife. So this is manufactured by Kaiser. It has their clutch lock mechanism, but I do not think that it is adjustable, and I'm going to grab my flashlight to confirm that really quick. Oh, it's very linty, sorry. Very, very linty. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's adjustable. It looks like it's got the standard groove, and I don't know if I can get that on camera, but it does have like that standard groove there where the Omega Spring sits very similar to the Bug Out. So not adjustable, but it is still their Kaiser's clutch lock mechanism, which works really well. It makes it feel very good. The springs on here are nicely done, and the overcome section on the blade for the break and the close are really well done. Ergonomically, I love the way that they did the honeycomb pattern on the aluminum. That's very nice in hand. It feels very nice. Unfortunately for me, this is a 3.5 finger knife, so this would fall into that 5th pocket territory. This would never be a primary knife for me. I would need something that I could get a full grip on. Just personal preference, the way that I like that. I do appreciate the fact that it does have the bent over steel deep carry pocket clip on it that is reversible, and then lanyard hole that was not prioritized, so that is fine. It's very minimal, doesn't take away too much from the aesthetics, and I think the knife in itself is a very good looking knife. I like it a lot. It has steel liners for everything on the internals to ride against, and it's all milled out for weight reduction. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see that, but it has the little circles. I guess I'll leave the flashlight out here. I keep reaching over for it, but I'm not showing much off. There you go. So you have that on both sides. Very good for weight reduction to get that down to that 3.5. I do appreciate that. And we'll stick this on this side to make it a little easier to get to. So it checks all the marks as far as everything that they took in for consideration. The jimping is a little fine for me, kind of slips over it, and I wish they would have just gone ahead and carried it out a little bit. But having said that, it's definitely like a medium-sized knife meant for smaller hands than mine, and it's going to work really well. They did put 154 cm on here, so I do appreciate that. I don't know if that says that. No, that's the model number. Rubato 3. Yeah, 154 cm advertised on, oh, there it is, on the website and on the blade. I was just on the wrong side. So you get a very, very high mid-grade steel on here. I like 154 cm. It's very well rounded. It's like S30V, but not quite as good a performance as what you're going to see from S30V. So a little bit lower and a little bit more in the affordable territory. And I like that a lot. I don't like this DLC coated blade, but I get it. The aesthetic on this one, the drab green and the black, they do go well together. I think a stone wash would have looked really well on here, but I get it. The clutch lock mechanism, I don't know if it's because of the dimpling. It's almost golf ball like. It goes down into the scales, makes it to where I feel like I'm going to slip on that clutch lock a little bit. It's not awful, especially it's more so with the thumb, which I guess kind of makes sense. The thumb's a little bit bigger than the index finger, so the thumb feels like it wants to slide off. But I do like the access to the thumb studs, not the crossbar lock, the thumb studs, and that works really well. I can even kick off a reverse flick, even though the knife like almost comes out of the palm, and I end up kind of pinching my finger here sometimes, like I did just then. You got to kind of remember to be back here closer to the clutch lock to be able to do it. But really, thumb studs are just meant to be open with thumb studs, right? Your thumb. So really good detent. Springs well tuned. The knife build itself is really well done. For me, though, it's just a little small, and the price was a little bit of turnoff. Now, here's the thing: if you don't know, Oknife does sales and packages to move bulk. So what you're going to see from Oknife is it's usually going to be coupled on OBuy with like an O-Light or something like that, where you can get a flashlight and a knife together, and they discount the price so that both of these are cut from the top a little bit, usually around 10 to 15%. Those are the way to go, especially if you're in the market for a flashlight or some other light product from Olight. Let's see, I can't remember what this is called, the O-Ball, I'm going to call it. These are kind of fun too because they're just kind of like for setting to the side and mood. You have some mood colors. I've passed over it a little bit fast, but it has like the slow transition as well, which is kind of nice, and then a little SOS feature. So they'll do stuff like that, or if you want, you can have like this flashlight laser combo, which would be good for like presenting, pointing things out. That you can get a combo like that. So if you're in the market for something like that, or you want to start off if you want to start off an EDC, or you would like to do a combo to build up your EDC, and you like this knife, that's going to be the way that I recommend to go. But for $90, my alternative recommendations are going to be one of two things as I bump the camera, sorry. I'm going to recommend the Echo. AR RPM 9 is not going to be as good a steel performance wise as the, what did I call it? Rubato, the Rubato, but you're going to get titanium with a steel pocket clip for $90. So the same price point, you're going to get more ergonomics. You get a button lock instead of the clutch lock. Clutch lock is stronger, but at this size, how hard are you using this knife to take advantage of the clutch lock? To me, it's more for fidget factor, and I give that advantage for right hand. Well, actually, no, left hand too. For left hand too. I mean, you can't reverse the pocket clip. No, you can. You can reverse the pocket clip. So you got a reversible pocket clip, and it could work better with the index finger depending on your preference. But reversible ARPM 9 is going to be a good blade steel. It's going to be like a 9CR10 VG10 type steel, somewhere in that realm. And you get a little front flipper on here, and the opening hole preference wise is going to be a little bit nicer for that reverse flick than the thumb studs. And for me, I can get all four fingers on here comfortably. Good ergos, just a great alternative recommendation. But on sale, it's going to be a little bit cheaper to get this with the flashlight. So I would recommend the Moriarl from Miguron. You're going to get 14C28N, which is a very good mid-grade steel. You're going to get a nice geometry on both. All these knives have good geometry, to be honest. You're going to get a little bit more of a chunkier handle, and you're going to get a lot of real estate. Reversible deep carry pocket clip, liner lock with superb action on bearings for all of these knives on bearings, really good action. Nice solid detent with a traditional liner lock, and you're going to be able to get that for $50 or less if they're on sale. So just some alternative recommendations. For me, the Roboto is a little bit of a pass. If it was a little bit larger, it'd be more compelling. I think if it was more like, and I still happen to have it here, even if it was more closely sized to the drop bear, I think it'd be more compelling because I can get all four fingers on the drop bear. I just can't get them on the Roboto 3. And I like this type of dry point. It reminds me a lot of this type of drop point that you see here on the Benchmade bug out. Very, very similar style drop point. Not that it's copying it, it's, that's just a popular style drop point where it starts like around the midpoint of the blade and starts to come down and not as far out as you see here on that drop bear. So I like the materials though. I like that a lot of companies are experimenting with the aluminum. I think it helps cut down on the weight. I know it's a little bit more expensive to work with steels, but aluminum's a good material. It's durable, but depending on the coating, it can be prone to scratches a little bit easier, or scuffs a little bit easier. I shouldn't say scratches, scuffs a little bit easier. Deep scratches is going to be tough because aluminum is a very tough material, but just superficial scratches like that or scuffs, as I mentioned, may show up on this one. So this is a bit of a pass. Not that it's a bad knife, just because it's a little small, it's a little uncomfortable, but I like the materials on it. 154 cm aluminum and steel. I think if it were a little bit bigger, it'd be a better knife to recommend. But I would recommend the Echo over top of this for that price point, or heck, the Drop Bear. I think the Drop Bear is like within $20, maybe within $25. I would spend the extra money for the Drop Bear. It's got the adjustable clutch lock on it. That in itself, because you're getting same blade steel, 154 cm, getting aluminum, getting reversible pocket clip, clutch lock, which is adjustable, and you're getting, a little bit bigger of a knife without being wildly larger, right? It's more medium, more of this medium end. Well, this is definitely the small. This is like fifth pocket territory. Having said that, could be a good pouch knife, fifth pocket carry, companion carry, something like that. Maybe you want to stash this in a glove box. I would push you, if you're doing that, towards something 50 and under that's got a really good steel. And it's going to be something that you're not going to worry about getting scratched up or beat up or anything like that. I mean, I've definitely used and put a fresh edge on the Moyarl. I would push you towards that. But let me know what you think about this one down in the comments. I am curious to hear what you guys think about the Oknife Rubato. Shout out to everyone out there that leaves the likes, comments, and is subscribed. I appreciate it all. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.